guys, this is Nurse in the Garden channel and my name is Avalon. Thank you for coming back. If you are a current subscriber, if you are new, welcome. So today I'm going to be doing a garden tour. As you can see, my garden's in the back. I garden in New York. This is zone 7B and today it is not sunny. It has been raining all day, but I got a break in the clouds. So I decided to come out and do a week 2 garden tour. So I hope you enjoy. So initially I want to show you guys like the container area of the garden, and that's what I did the last time, so I kind of want to keep the same pattern with my tours. It's so funny, I'm looking at the kale plant I planted for the cabbage moths to do whatever they want, because I have some more kale in the garden area that I don't want to be destroyed, but it looks like they are having a ball eating this and I am perfectly fine with it. So as you can see, this leaf is like decimated, so I'm sure there are cabbage moths in this area somewhere, and I am not mad because I'm not going to eat this. This is just for them to have something to attract to, so hopefully they don't go over to my garden bed. Over here again, my onions that I planted out here, my onion chives are really looking great. They're filling out. I should have done so much more. I really didn't. First time planting onion chives, so I'm not sure. I wasn't sure of like how much to put, but I should have put a lot more, and hopefully I get some beautiful flowers. And then look over here. Not too sure what happened with this onion. I was like, what happened? Why is it so twisted up? But either way, the other onions look great. So my cilantro is getting ready to go to seed over in this area, but I did replant some more seeds in this container, and this container is going to seed as well, but that's fine. I'm gonna pull the leaves that are working, that are good, to see if I could use it in the dish pretty soon. And then this is my ranunculus that's not really doing much at all, but I am holding strong and faith that maybe a flower will come up. But yeah, it still pretty much looks the same as it did last week. Over here, my lavender plant smells so great and it's filling out, so is this one. And again, I am so busy, so sometimes I don't have the chance to clean and tidy up, but things pretty much look the same as they did last week as well, with the exception I did take out one of the strawberry plants and replanted that in another container. But my gosh guys, do you remember my thyme plant did not look this full the last time. My onions, my green onions are looking fabulous. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cut those and make a scallion pancake pretty soon. My shadow benny is filling out as well. Look how spiky this one is. Pretty crazy. These onions are doing its thing. The flowers, the marigolds. Over here, my nasturtium plant is just having a ball. Parsley looks great, marigold. And look at my oregano plant. I feel like I didn't even have to mulch this pot because the oregano is doing its own sort of mulching. It's just covering up the dirt, but it's looking amazing. And for anyone that's wondering, I think everyone should plant marigold like by itself, just because it looks like such an invasive plant and it's doing its thing. It's taking over. So my containers are looking pretty darn good, if I don't say so myself. So this is still a disaster. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with all of these things. The celery for sure, it's going in my bed. I'll show you guys where that's gonna go. I have 2 more strawberry plants in this planter that I bought like a month ago, and I think, I'm not sure, I might actually, I'm not sure. I'm not even going to try to think about what I want to do. But guys, look at this. Strawberries are happening. And you hear those birds? I feel like they are conniving and they're saying, guys, strawberries are coming. And and I feel like they're gonna come to my strawberry plants and eat them. But look, oh my gosh, this is the first one that started to develop. It is so like weird. I don't know, for me, like the way strawberries grow and the way they feel, it's so weird. But this is my first strawberry to grow, and wow. So I was reading somewhere and they said if like your plants send out a runner, like, or many runners, like to cut them because they're sending out a lot of energy instead of like producing the fruit. So I'm gonna cut this runner off possibly most likely tomorrow, because it's raining a lot and I don't want to cut anything with the rain. But guys, it looks like some strawberries are happening. How exciting. It's like it exploded. Marigolds are looking great. My chamomile doing its thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm excited to see when it will actually start sending up flowers. This marigold, again, looking beautiful. And that bug. I don't know if you guys remember from the last video, that bug was on the video too. My mint, it's doing its little thing here. It's not doing great, but that's fine. Moving over to my Thai basil. Looks like something is taking a little chomp, but that's fine. I have more than enough Thai basil in this container. I'm gonna start pulling and saving, like I guess freezing it. I need to actually research on how to freeze the Thai basil, but it's setting its little flower. And I also have to find out what to do when the flowers come up as well. But I'm excited to see those flowers. I know they're just absolutely beautiful. My pimento plant is looking great. There's already a, where is it? There it is, a bloom. So I'm gonna be getting a pimento pepper pretty soon here. I wonder what color it'll be. My riri pepper is also doing its thing. These are very small peppers, so such small flowers. This is another pimento plant here. I feel like these will be setting some blooms, opening very soon. Looking great. And again, oh, so yes, I think I said in the last video that this is like a amaranth, but it's also in the family of callaloo, and I wanted a callaloo plant, but now I'm wondering, is this a callaloo or is this just amaranth? So I'm kind of torn about even keeping this because I don't want to like eat it and then get sick. But ooh, did I see that? Oh my god, it flew away. Big old bug. Anyway, yeah, so I'm thinking of maybe scrapping this plant. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't know what I want to do yet. I know I was saying the same thing in the last video, but I might just put my strawberry, another 2 strawberry starts in this container. I don't know, you guys let me know. What should I do? So now you guys are going to see my raised beds, which is super exciting. It has flourished so much since the last time we spoke, and I think I'm going to enjoy doing these weekly, bi-weekly garden tours because just seeing the growth and the improvement in the garden is just like mind-blowing, right? Like the season starts and then suddenly everything just explodes. That's what it really feels like. I almost didn't even get to do a garden tour this week. I was supposed to do one yesterday, which was Saturday, and then as soon as I came out, my neighbor started to play music. Again, I live in New York, so there's that struggle with just having neighbors that are close, and you know, people like to play music and have parties, which is fine. I was enjoying the music, but I couldn't record. So what I actually ended up doing was tending to one of my beds, and I'm actually very happy that I was able to do that. I was able to harvest some lettuce, and I was able to lay down some compost to where the beds were kind of low, so I needed to add some compost by my onions. I added some fertilizer to some of the plants as well, and then I mulched some of the areas. I'm still considering mulching around the onions. I'm not sure if I have enough mulch, but anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna show you guys the garden. Everything looks so lush and so great. If you saw my last video, I did this trellis, which is holding up absolutely beautifully, if I don't say myself. And my beans are looking good. They're catching up. Okay, they're struggling a bit, but they're catching up. And I actually just pruned my tomatoes yesterday as well. So I threw a bunch of the pruned leaves over there just for that sort of chop and drop method to help feed the soil in that area. But yeah, guys, look how amazing. So we'll start over by the corn. Corn's looking great. Okay, I'm hoping that they continue to grow. I felt like they stopped for a while, but it's looking really good. The marigold in the container really isn't flourishing like the other marigolds, maybe because it's competing for some energy with the corn. So I might end up pulling it. I just kind of wanted something pretty in there, but now I'm changing my mind on that decision. The celery has exploded as well, looking really great. So this is what I did with one of the strawberry plants. I ended up putting it in this planter right here because it was starting to set fruit, and I did not like seeing that it was in that little container, and it's just not ideal for plants to try to set fruit in small containers. It will like die. So for me, I said, you know what, I'm going to definitely transfer that one, and I'll keep this one single because these little pockets here are not very deep or wide. So I decided to put the plant in the middle, and it looks like we'll be getting some strawberries soon. Carrots are looking great, nice and full. Right over here is my serrano plant. Again, setting some, I thought I saw, oh, there's one right over there, if this will focus. Right over there in the back, there's a little flower getting ready to open up. Otherwise, it's looking really beautiful and full, like it just exploded as well. So this is my catch-all bed. That's kind of what I'm calling it because it was my first bed, and I started just to plant all types of different things in here. It started with my onions. So these onions are looking amazing, looking really great. The stalks are just getting thicker. Some of these are looking like they're just not going to grow at all. Like this one's really tiny. But overall, everything is looking really great. As I said yesterday, I mulched with more compost, so again, it's looking good. And I'm hoping that that would help. I ended up actually putting out more onions. There's some more onions. Those are the red onions that I had in the containers, if you guys remember, and I planted those out finally. So I have red onions to the back. And you can see the rest of the names over here. I have yellow sweet Spanish, Bianca di Durano, and Violet de Galmi. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, but yeah, some of these onions are like a violet color, which is so beautiful. I cannot wait till they mature so I could actually see what they actually look like. Over here, I'm just gonna, all right, there we go. So over here, a huge marigold. Over there, a gigantic marigold. Like, I don't even realize how big these marigolds are getting. Like, they are thick. I have beets planted around. Over here, kale. So it's like kind of like the dinosaur kale. I can't remember the other name of it, but that's that kale. Beans, I have contender and bush beans back here. Flowers, okay, I have zinnias and I have cosmos planted in the back. A lettuce mix, my chamomile. So I pulled a lot of my lettuce yesterday, and now I have this bit left, and then after I pull this, I'm gonna replant again, so I will have like a steady influx of lettuce. Over here, my gosh, I don't know if you guys can see how thick this marigold stalk is, and then there's more leaves to come out. This is going to be huge, gigantic. Right over here is my nasturtium, no flowers yet. Another marigold, and my carrots over in this area. So these are the smaller carrots that I planted. So they're gonna be like short and fat. And my corn, after I fertilized and put compost yesterday, suddenly they grew. They did not look like this yesterday, I'm telling you. I have a celery down here in the middle. And oh, I just remembered, I'm gonna plant another celery in this bed as well after I clear out that lettuce, which I will do this week. And then in the back, if you can see, I have parsley. That's right over in this area. All right, so this bed is my pepper slash sunflowers, okra, celery, and squash bed, and cucumbers. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit closer as to the varieties. I did trellis just about everything in this bed. I am missing one trellis for this pepper plant. And then I have this trellis for my squash, but now I am realizing as I want to plant vertically for my squash that this will not hold for the yellow and the green squash. So what I'm gonna have to do is actually, I'm gonna go out tomorrow and get the tomato trellis, the round ones, to trellis these two plants, because in the back are my cucumbers. And what this trellis could do is actually bend into like a triangle, and I'll be able to trellis those three plants in the back using this wire. So it should be fine. I just need to get the tomato trellis for these two plants here. So let's get into the variety. So starting over there, I have some, I believe those are my zinnias, I think I have. I'm so new to flowers, so bear with me if I call it the wrong name. Right there behind that is my nada-pino plant. This one right here is a cayenne, which you can see there's a flower budding up. Right here is another pimento plant. A nasturtium. Let me make sure there's no bugs hiding out. Oh my goodness. Isn't that gorgeous? And I think I see another flower coming up right there. So that's beautiful. That's absolutely gorgeous. Right here is my green squash, and then my yellow squash. Right behind the pimento is a cayenne pepper. There's a jalapeno, actually three jalapenos. I know I want to do stuffed peppers this year. I don't think I meant to do 3 jalapenos, but somehow I ended up with 3 jalapenos. I think I was supposed to do 2 nada-pinos and 2 jalapenos, but either way, here we are. Right here, this one is a nada-pino. Sorry, this is a a pimento that's growing really tall. It's looking really great. Behind there is another cayenne, green bell, and then right behind that is a mixed bell, which is looking kind of short. All the way to the back is another green pepper. There's a mixed bell, pimento, and that's it for the peppers. They're looking really good. I may need to throw a fertilizer on them, especially this one. The leaves are looking a bit yellow, but there is a flower that is dying. So I think, guys, my first pepper will be a mixed bell. It's looking really great. Coming around this way is a okra plant, and this one is the, if I can remember the name, I'll put it on the screen, but it's like the green regular okra plant. And it looks like budding or something wants to happen over there. So that looks really great. This okra one, it's catching up, and I'm sure once the weather settles out and it becomes nice and hot, these things will flourish. Right over here is a celery. Right here is another squash. Oh, this is my butternut. So actually I need 3 trellis so that I can trellis this one as well, because it's just going to be way too heavy. Right here is my straight 8 cucumber. Has a bit of damage on it. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll keep an eye on that. And then right over there is my Market More cucumber. some more flowers. I did add a marigold, which is struggling, as you can clearly see. But that is this bed, and it's looking really great. I'm hoping that with me trellising my squash, these 3 squash plants here, that it won't shade out the sun too much. But this bed actually does get a lot of sun coming from that direction. In the morning, the sun rises towards the squash. So I'm hoping that I didn't make a bad decision, but we will find out. And this is a learning opportunity for me. This is my first time gardening with beds, so I am also learning the best way to plant everything out. Yesterday I did end up planting, I think I planted zinnias here and here, so I'm excited to see those come up, because I wanted just a bit more flowers in this bed just to help with the bees coming. I haven't really seen any bees, so I'm hoping to see some bees very soon. So this bed is my tomato bed slash eggplant slash let me see, I have another okra plant in here, a cucumber, and celery. There's a few different flowers in here as well, and we will go through that. So right here to the front are my bigger beefsteak tomatoes, and as I said, I did go ahead and prune these tomatoes, but they still need some pruning, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that as time goes on, as I'm watching the leaves as it gets a bit taller and things like that. Okay, so right here in the front are 2 Cherokee purples. This one is doing really well right here. As you can see, it has 1 stalk. This one decided to split, which is perfectly fine with me, but I was like, why did it do that? But it's looking really great. There's some little flowers coming up. This one has some flowers opened already. So this bed is my tomato bed slash eggplant slash, let me see, I have another okra plant in here, a cucumber, and celery. There's a few different flowers in here as well, and we will go through that. So right here to the front are my bigger beefsteak tomatoes, and as I said, I did go ahead and prune these tomatoes, but they still need some pruning, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that as time goes on, as I'm watching the leaves as it gets a bit taller and things like that. Okay, so right here in the front are 2 Cherokee purples. This one is doing really well right here. As you can see, it has 1 stalk. This one decided to split, which is perfectly fine with me, but I was like, why did it do that? But it's looking really great. There's some little flowers coming up. This one has some flowers opened already, so I am super excited to see what's going to happen. Right over here is a Cherokee purple, and again, some flowers are budding up. In the back here is a beefsteak, and a flower is right there. Throughout, I have basil, and I have marigolds throughout this bed as well. And this marigold looks like it wants to open up pretty soon. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like I'm in the jungle, guys. I'm in the jungle. The marigolds are between there. I'm really excited. I'm excited for these plants to get taller so I could really prune the bottom, so I could really see what's going on underneath. This one's aroma. There's a little flower happening right there. Right here in the middle is a, let's see, oh, another aroma, which actually has a flower there too. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right here is a Brad's Atomic Grape. Look how beautiful. I like how it's kind of like purple, but I did prune this one as well, and I clipped it. I got these clips from Dollar Tree. I really do like them. This tomato plant right here is from my friend Madi at Madi's Kitchen and Garden. She gave me this plant because I always wanted to try the Brad's Atomic Grape, and she's like, I'm growing a few, I could give you one. So that was really awesome. When we met up for the compost event, she gave me this one. some more basil. Right here's a celery, a marigold that's really thriving, guys. Right here is a large red cherry, which is really doing well. Has some flowers. This one ended up bending very weirdly, but I was able to catch it in time and trellis it up. Right here, these two plants, it's like it's Christmas, honestly. That's how I feel looking at these two right here. These are my tomatillos. The amount of flowers that are on these two plants right now, it is insane, like absolutely ridiculous. Like, do you guys see this? The amount of flowers. So tomatillos are going to be in abundance here very soon. They look great. The plant looks really great. And the plant back here, I believe that's another large cherry, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have a label, but I think I did that purposefully because it's right next to the other large red cherry. So my marigolds again are kicking off, which I absolutely love. I can't wait till the flowers open up to really bring some color to this bed. I have a lot of basil. It looks like something's eating the basil, but I'm sure those will catch up as well. I'm not too stressed about that. This one is a zinnia, I believe. I think these are my zinnias. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, these are my zinnias. This eggplant right here, it's catching up. It's going very slowly, but it's actually growing new leaves very slowly, but it is catching up. This eggplant, on the other hand, is doing really well. Growing great new leaves. I did see some like bug damage and I just cut those leaves off, but this one is really going to be my winner. I am sure of it. Right here is another eggplant, and then to the back is a muncher cucumber. And then I did a trench. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. That's going to be some more cilantro. So I'm deciding to do like a like succession sowing. So I put some more some more cilantro in that area. So right here in the middle of the same tomato bed is one teeny tiny little cilantro plant. We will see if that starts to catch up very soon. And then these beautiful cosmos are here as well. So that, guys, is the garden tour. Look how beautiful. It looks so great. I'm very proud of my hard work. Okay, so the sun came out and I am so happy it did at this exact point because the garden tour is over. And I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing how much growth that this garden has done in just a week's time. And I am very, very, very happy of the growth as well. It has been raining a lot here in New York, so I think that's also helping with the production of things as well. So I hope to see you guys at my next tour, and I hope you have a great week. See you soon.